Hey everybody, it's kind of a shadowy Sunday afternoon. Thought I'd show you a little bit of progress that's actually been made this week. Got a little bit of this dug up, turned over, and I've got my kale in there starting seeded. It's not that much right now, but I'm slowly working at it. We'll come on over here. Here's where some of the more of the progress actually is showing. If you remember from one of my first few videos, this was all covered in weeds and everything else like that, and I'm slowly getting all that cleared out. And I've actually planted some of my daikon into the ground, transferred it over, and it seems to be taking really good. So I'm really happy with that. And of course, I've got a few more growing after I thought I'd taken them all out. Figures. And some of my other plants are actually starting to show some forms of life in them, which I'm actually really happy with. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm starting to see some progress. Now, as I told you before, what I was going to do was I was going to clear out some of this hillside and fill these 3 buckets with dirt, and that's exactly what I did. And if you're wondering why this is going so slow at times, you see all this ivy that's here? Well, it has a root structure underneath that you have to clear out to get the dirt. That's why it's such a pain. And that's one of the things that's really been slowing me up, is I'm literally doing this with a shovel and a rake and stuff like that. But I am starting to get this totally cleared out little by little. So that's actually helping. Now, once more back to the buckets. I've got jalapeno in that one, in the seeds. And over here, can't see it yet because it's just looking like dirt. I've got heirloom beefsteak tomatoes. And over here is mint. I don't know about you, but I actually love the flavor of mint. I think it goes well with almost anything. So that's basically where this little project's been at. As you can see, it's starting to get nice down here, which is a real good thing. The Spanish moss is starting to get some green to it. The trees are starting to get a little bit of green. When it comes to homesteading like this, you're working. It's not really an urban development area, which is great, but you're still limited on space on what you can grow. Because almost every inch of this entire place could be filled with all kinds of plants, herbs. I don't know about everybody else, but I could eat eggplant every day. So I could literally plant a field of nothing but eggplant and I'd be happy. So if you just give me a few minutes, I'll be right back. I'm going to show you another little small area I've been working on and why it's actually taking some time. All right. I'm sorry about the water being down a little bit. I don't know why. I mean, you're starting to see some of the movement, some of the moss go over, which is great, which means the fish are going to be coming back soon. I can start stocking that up. So, all right, give me a few minutes, guys. All right, and here we are. Now, it doesn't look too big to you, but that is actually about a 4-foot pile of leaves. Show you where that came from. This yard, when we first came down here, some of this had not even seen the sunshine in 5 years. So I've been slowly getting all this picked up, and there's about a 4-foot gap from where the lake actually hits the land to where you can actually get to the lake. It is filled with leaves, or not leaves, but weeds, sticky vines, you name it. And that is 5 years worth of overgrowth that I'm dealing with. And I've been using a machete, a garden rake, and a wheelbarrow, and a pitchfork. And that is it. And I've gotten this to the point where the grass is actually growing again. Like, not tonight because it's supposed to rain here soon. But probably within the next day or two, I got an old Dutch oven that's needing to be re-seasoned and whatnot. And I'm going to use the fire from those leaves, branches, and all kinds of nasty to season my Dutch oven. But yeah, this area is not seeing real sunlight in almost 5 years. So I think I'm doing okay. The progress I'm making is slow. But, when it comes to starting your homesteading, it's not going to be an overnight thing where you plant your vegetables and your fruits and go, okay, well, next week I'll have an abundance of food and everything else. No, it is literally, you have to be patient. I come out here and I work basically on things almost every day, a little bit at a time, but I work on it every day. Maybe just for 5-6 hours, sometimes just 3 or 4. But it's a constant thing. Like, get a little bit closer picture here. As you can see, a little bit like what I was telling you. All this area that's cleared out for the most part, I need to get another bow saw. But all this area looked kind of like that. And it has literally been a struggle. Once I get all this cleared out, I've got to try and wait for the water to drop again. And there's stuff in the lake that I need to pull out. And that'll help with bringing the fish back. From what I understand, it's a great area for white perch, smaller catfish, crappies, all kinds of stuff. Like, at some point I will be taking you guys along with me to go crawdad hunting. If you don't know what a crawdad is, they're also called mud bugs. They look like a miniature lobster, basically what they are. They're actually delicious, but you need a lot of them. And right about now, there's not too many of them around. If you're wondering how much this lake fluctuates, it'll go all the way down to the bottom, and you're looking at about 8 feet of water, which doesn't seem like much. But there's all these, this is just a channel in the lake. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. And when it floods, we get all kinds of stuff in the yard. So that's another thing. Like, half this stuff wasn't even here from pictures I've seen before. It has literally been, it's washed up and rooted and planted itself. But I will say, of all the states I've lived in, that Louisiana has been more of a challenge than most, just because of the root structures of some of the stuff down here. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, But homesteading down here is not easy. So I appreciate you guys watching my videos and taking this journey with me. And, you know, I know that these videos aren't always the best, but this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love being out here. So, God bless, guys. I will do another video next week, and we'll see how we're coming along. And I just heard something in the water. So, if you see a gator and mean to stop talking and whatnot, like I said before, there are gators down here, which I'm trying to get used to. So, all right, guys. God bless.